Hi everyone, Doug Echelberger, Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, bringing you the latest Stephen Thomas report. Go ahead and click on the link down below. You'll get a copy of the report and the charts and graphs that go along with it. So some interesting things in his report this week that I found really fascinating. One that caught my eye right off the bat was that inventory was ballooning up over 79% over last year. And it's interesting because when you're out there with buyers looking right now, or even if I'm helping a seller try and comp out their property, there are not a lot of properties out there. San Clemente is sitting at like 117 active listings. When I looked at the micro market of Talega's at 17 active listings. But when I go back a year ago, Talega was at 2 active listings. San Clemente was at 60 active listings. So really we have ballooned in inventory over a year ago, but still that's such a low number when you're out looking for some choice with a buyer. It feels like nothing's available. And part of that has to do with maybe there's a separation. Properties in the higher end are definitely kind of sitting a little bit more than they were, let's just say 6 months ago. A lot of it has to do with those Northern California buyers that were coming down, that were snatching up any and every property, regardless of the condition, the location, whatever. They were buying them. That faucet has shut off almost cold. We're not seeing hardly any migration from Northern California down. So when I look at a micro market like Talega, and I've got 17 active listings out there, and you've got a handful of townhomes and condos, but then I have the single family homes. I've got one at 1.6 million. The next step is 2.288 million, and it goes all the way up to 3.8 million. The cluster of the inventory is sitting all basically around 2.3 to 3.8 million. And if you're a buyer that's under 2.3 million, you've got one choice. That's why it feels so scarce out there. So it's really interesting looking at these numbers, because if I read this market, it feels like, or if I read this report, it feels like inventory is going crazy. But as a buyer's agent and also a seller trying to figure out comps out there, it's really low. So take a look at his report. It's an interesting market to try and navigate through, because we're going to layer all on top of the interest rates slowing things down. We've got basically a market where demand is really softened dramatically, but yet inventory is still really low. Those are almost polar opposites. They don't happen frequently. But then you layer on the top of that, we've got an election coming, and people like to wait and see what happens because they're going to make their choices one way or the other after the election, or at least that's going to give them the sense of which way they want to go. So you're going to have this kind of pause that's going to happen as we head into the first week of November, and then it will kind of still linger on as we kind of work through that and head to then Thanksgiving, and then you've got December. So this time of year is always kind of interesting. If you need help navigating through the market, give me a call. My name's Doug Echelberger. I'm with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. Have a great day.